What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we are going to be addressing the same footage again from Mutex. We won't bore you with the whole footage today, but guys, I will be giving my opinion on exactly what I think is going on in this gameplay, and it may shock some of you as well. So guys, if you do enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and why not give the video a share. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. It's the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. Okay guys, for those of you who are not aware, we have done two parts to this video already. The first part was posted 2 days ago, Mutex being spectated by a wall hacker again. This video only included the visuals. You could hear the sound and stuff like that, but you couldn't hear the original sound from Mutex's stream. So you only had a wall hacker spectating Mutex, which allowed you to see all the players within the game through the ESP wall hack settings. And then yesterday we actually posted, well, 19 hours ago, the second part, which actually had the original audio from Mutex's stream playing over the footage of the wall hacker's perspective. But today is my turn to give my opinion on what exactly I think was happening within that gameplay. So let's get into it. And for those of you who still are not aware of who Mutex is, this is him. He's a Twitch TV streamer, he's a Twitch partner, 680,000 followers, got a YouTube channel, all that. The whole shebang, okay? He's an ex-professional Call of Duty player as well, for those who didn't know. However, since a certain situation that occurred recently, which we will actually mention in today's video, Mutex decided to set up a 5-point camera system, okay? We're going to click on one of his streams now to show you guys exactly what I mean. So as you can see from the stream that we're looking at now, he's got a camera on his face, he's got a camera on his controller, he's got a camera on his monitors, the whole setup, you can see 3 monitors, and he has a camera which is pointing directly at the USB port on his PC tower. He's also got one at the bottom, right in the center of his screen, which is right behind him, which shows absolutely everything. I'd say the only thing out of all this that you can't see is what his feet are up to. A lot of people do use foot pedals, and it's been shown in the past that it can be used to toggle aimbot off and on. However, this guy's gone out of his way to set up a 5-point camera system, okay? So you need to take that into consideration first and foremost before analysing any gameplay from somebody spectating him whilst using wall hacks. Guys, this is the footage that we've actually put out for you guys to watch, and I'm sure you're getting bored of seeing it now. This is the 3rd video showing it, and this will be the last one, okay? But let me just explain something. There are a couple of moments within this that people in the comments claimed could be silent aim. We've had a couple of people claiming, how did they know certain people were there? So what we're going to do today, we're going to concentrate on those moments. I will go through this and skip forward and backwards a little bit. This is number 1, okay? This is the point where he's turned around and shot at this guy. First of all, that guy shot at him. He's turned, and fair enough, his crosshair placement seemed to be pretty good, but he already knew where that enemy was due to shots being fired. Then people were questioning the second guy now, which is just below him in the building. People were questioning, why did he jump out of the helicopter at that exact point? Well, it's downtown, it's a busy area, so why not, okay? And then you've got him aiming at this door. We can see the player skeleton here to the right. It's not like he's perfectly tracking him through the wall or anything like that. Have a look at the minimap. A lot of people must have missed this. If you look at the minimap, look. And that's not the first time that red dot has shown up on the minimap. He's already seen that on there, I think, twice now. But it's shown up there, so that is exactly why he knew to push in to this door here. Not to mention the fact you actually hear the enemy close the door inside. So even if there was no dot on the minimap, we would be able to question why he landed in that exact spot. But for him to know this enemy was here, we could even say it was sound, okay? Because it wasn't exactly like 4 buildings over and he's saying, oh, I heard him on my headset. No, it was right in front of him. You know, he's just outside the building. The guy's just inside the building. So he's got visuals on the minimap and he's heard sound. So that sound would allow him to know that the guy has closed the door within there. So that could mean one of 2 things. He's either pushed out of the corridor into the room, or out of the room into the corridor and shut the door behind him. So Mutex pushes in at this point and kills the guy. Another moment that was actually mentioned in the comments of one of the videos was the police station situation. A couple of people were saying it looked like silent aim. Okay, now I want to show you guys it from this perspective, and then we're going to show you it from Mutex's actual stream footage. So this one, the aim seems to be on point. But this one here, if you have a look now, I've just paused it, you can see that he's getting hit markers whilst his aim is to the right of the enemy. And it does look a little bit strange. I would say if you were watching it on Mutex's perspective, where it's actually him on his stream and it was doing that, then call silent aim all day long, okay? But you have to take into consideration that there is such thing as spectator lag. A lot of people seem to think it's some sort of excuse the streamers are using, but it's an actual thing. You've got to remember that you're all connected to the same server, but some people have worse connection, some people got worse internet, some people are further away. So that all gets sort of crammed in. And if you're spectating somebody, it can look different to what they're actually seeing. And just to prove that, guys, I'm going to show you now footage from Mutex's stream and exactly what it looks like in this situation, just so you can see the difference. So you can actually see where the player is on this to where he's actually getting his hit markers. I'd say that's maybe a whole body length away, okay? Let's take a look at it from Mutex's perspective now. As he's pushing around to police station now, I just want to say that we've just seen it from the spectator's perspective. Look what happens now. Look at his crosshair placement on the second guy. So you can see that there is a clear difference. So to clear something up, when you are spectating someone, this is an Activision flaw. This is a game design flaw. This isn't anything to do with somebody cheating. It isn't anything to do with a streamer putting something in the game to stop them from being able to spectate them properly. This is a complete design flaw from the game developers side of things, okay? So when you're spectating someone, you could hit report. And this, let me just tell you now, with the fact that silent aim is actually a thing, how many people do you think are getting reported in game because of something like this happening? Because of spectator lag. So how many shadow bans are occurring because of people being mass reported? When somebody's spectating them and they're hitting shots that aren't actually on target, people are claiming it's silent aim. So a lot of people will be getting a lot of shadow bans for no reason, just because of a design flaw within the game. Okay, so anything within this clip that you may or may not have thought was silent aim, I'm here to tell you that the chances are it's spectator lag. We've just showed you a clear demonstration here from Mutex's actual point of view and the spectator's point of view and how completely different they are. This can work both ways as well, guys. The spectator lag could be that maybe they are directly looking at an enemy through a wall, but the spectator lag isn't allowing you to see them looking directly at an enemy. It can go all different ways. But in this instance, it's actually showing Mutex getting hit markers whilst actually missing the target. But we have just showed you on his stream, he was hitting the target throughout. Okay, let's move on to the next part now. The next part is about 2 seconds away. Goes outside and shoots at somebody on a quad bike. First of all, you can see the quad bike on the minimap, okay? So even though Mutex was turning left into police station, somebody's got on the quad bike, gone past him, he's seen it on the minimap, returned to the door that he was near to actually take a shot at the guy on the quad bike. None of the bullets seemed to line up again. People were claiming it to be silent aim. Guess what? Spectator lag. You can cross-examine it against his actual footage and you will see that he was on target throughout. But whenever any of the bullets were registering, his aim was on target in his stream. Now this moment is another big one where a lot of people were claiming wall hacks. I'm going to break it down now for you guys to what you were actually saying in the comments and to what actually happened. Okay, so we've seen a guy drop down there. He knows there's one already down. You see him as he jumps around that corner, and this is exactly what a lot of people were saying in the comments. He jumps around the first corner, he doesn't pre-aim, he doesn't try and shoot, doesn't pre-fire, nothing of the sort. He then continues to go round almost as if he's tracking the enemy through the wall, okay? And that's what it looks like. But look at me now sitting here with no headset on. Luckily, I've worn my headset to watch this numerous times, so I'm fully aware of what's going on in the sense of sound. So he knows that one's already downed on the floor there. He starts shooting at this second guy, so he knows the second guy's there as well. Pushes round the corner, and as you can see here, there was no pre-aim, He didn't pop any shots off, you know, nothing like that. And now look at this. We can see the enemy here. And that's because the person spectating him has wall hacks on. But watch as he starts to turn now. It's almost like he's tracking that enemy through the wall. Yeah. And then he starts shooting and kills the enemy. A lot of people were questioning that, but let me tell you, even with half sound on my headset, I can hear the footsteps of that enemy. All he's done is track the sound. He knows that the enemy's running away from him around the other side of that building. So there's no reason for him to pre-aim or pre-fire as he jumps around the first time, because he's already aware due to the audio. Now guys, I'm not going to break down this whole video. It's 17 minutes long. There's no reason for me to break it all down. I'm going to tell you now, I don't believe that Mutex was using wall hacks in the footage that we've seen in this video. The reason for that is, number one, Mutex has a 5-point camera setup, showing all of his monitors and showing plenty of other things as well. There is possibilities to hide wall hacks even with a monitor cam on. I've tried and tested a couple of different scenarios, one of them being the opacity of the wall hacks themselves along with the colour of the wall hacks. You can actually change all of these things, the opacity, the thinness of the actual player skeleton. You can change the colour of it. So imagine picking a colour, changing the opacity, making it really thin, and having a really poor quality camera pointing at your setup. That camera isn't actually going to pick them up on the screens. It's not going to happen. But on a personal level, I think that is reaching. Although it's been tried and tested and it does work, I don't believe that Mutex, in the position he's in, would be stupid enough to have wall hacks on whilst using a webcam on his monitors. When it comes to his aim, from this footage itself, I can't make an opinion. The reason for that is simply due to the fact of the spectator lag. Anything within this spectator footage could actually be damaged by the spectator lag, so I can't actually add any opinion to that. However, Mutex did have Cronus Pro on his desktop. He had a pretty valid excuse for the reason why it was there. But if it was me in a position where I had 680,000 followers on Twitch, where I streamed every single day, 8+ hours a day, why would I keep that on my computer knowing full well the game I play has no anti-cheat? The people who play the game are questioning the legitimacy of streamers because of things like this, because of the lack of anti-cheat, when he full well knows that that program can add scripts which modify your controller. Why would somebody at that stature be silly enough to keep that on their desktop? I know I wouldn't, and I'm sure a lot of you guys wouldn't either. So did he continue to use it after he said? Possibly. Was he telling the truth when he said he hadn't used it in 5 years? Again, possibly. But the fact is, he had Cronus Pro on his desktop, and the way in which he reacted after that I don't think was of a genuine person. But for today, it's about this video, and I didn't find anything suspicious about it. I've actually examined this footage alongside the original footage numerous times, and every single time you think it could be silent aim, it's actually lining up perfectly on Mutex's stream. Every single time you think it could be suspicious or wall hacks, there's either sound, UAV, or somebody showing on a minimap, or a call out from a teammate. We did receive comments about when it went over to his teammates when we were watching his teammates play, and how some of them seem to have suspicious callouts and suspicious gameplay. So we will continue it and look into them, of course. But as I've said, guys, Mutex in this situation, I don't believe was using wall hacks. Well, there we have it, guys. Was it what you were expecting? Did you think this was going to be my opinion on the footage that we've seen? I don't think a lot of you did. And that's why I've done it in a 3-part. Part 1 was to give you guys the opportunity to try and spot if there was or wasn't any suspicious gameplay happening while somebody was spectating Mutex with wall hacks. Part 2 was to allow you guys to actually hear the original audio from Mutex's stream whilst watching the wall hacks, to see whether or not that actually debunked any of your thoughts from the first video. And part 3, which is this one, was to allow you guys to hear my opinion on what's happening. So, what do you think? Did you enjoy the video, guys? If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!